gone, and so now it's time to focus attention on Father's Day. Since I'm adding some new products to my Gifts for Dad collection, I thought that I would create just a simple beverage coaster set embellished with hardware. I have several beverage coaster sets on my website in my shop, including a First Father's Day beverage coaster set. I have coasters for the golf dad, and even a Hexagon coaster set that's in sort of autumn masculine colors. So if you want to see how I created this one-of-a-kind Father's Day beverage coaster set, keep watching. Hello, gentle people. If this is your first time visiting my channel, or if you are a returning subscriber, welcome to this Sparrow Art Vibes video tutorial. I hope that you will see and hear something that inspires you to create something beautiful. I'm Hazel, a retired educator turned resin artist, and of course, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I like the term artrepreneur. And every week I share how I create the products that are available in my Etsy shop. And again, I'm adding new gift items each week. As always, if you like what you see but don't want to take the time to make it yourself, please feel free to purchase it at Sparrow Art Vibes shop on Etsy. Also, if you are inspired by my video, please do like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. So let's take a look at the materials that we need to make this kind of cool Father's Day beverage coaster set. Of course, we need to begin with our silicone molds. These are Hexagon. I have 4 of these. I prefer to use the Hexagon and the squares when I'm making things for men, just because I think the angles are more masculine and round coasters are more feminine. We of course need our resin. Envirotex Light. This is the Part A resin. The Envirotex Light Part B hardener. We'll need a large measuring cup. We'll need a small measuring cup. We're doing 4 colors of mica powder, so we need 4 paper cups. Large stir stick here, 4 small stir sticks here, nitrile gloves, and then for the mica powder, I'm going with more of a metallic color palette, and instead of doing them all the same, this is the Saya Bronze. Again, if you've seen any of my other videos, Saya doesn't put labels on their containers. I don't know why, so when I get it, I label it. That's the Saya Bronze. I'm going to be using Mainsprings Sterling Lining, Pearl-Ex Super Copper, and Eye Candy's Imperial Gold. And rather than do a lot of random, I will be going into my toolbox to get just some, old screws and nails and tacks and whatever to throw in here. But I decided to kind of make this a little fancier. So I actually went to Home Depot and purchased some different nails that basically match the colors of my mica powder. So this is copper. These are, what are these? Weather strip nails, but they do say they are copper plated. So again, I like that copper color to go with the copper mica. These linoleum nails, they are zinc, so they're kind of a, I don't know what color you call that. That's zinc. And then I have these pins that are brass, so they look gold. So that's what I'm doing. I actually went out and spent a couple of dollars to buy some nails to go in here just to make it really look special. So I believe that's everything that we need, because this is supposed to be quick and simple. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is mix and color our resin. And so my measuring cup has already been marked. I generally do 10 milliliters. If I'm doing the rim a separate color, I do 10 milliliters for each coaster, which means 40. But because I have these 4 colors, I want to make sure I have enough. So I'm actually going to mix 60 milliliters of resin. So my cup is marked 30 and 60. These are brand new cups, so it's hard for the permanent marker to stay on there. But it is marked 30 and 60. I always say follow the manufacturer's instructions. We again are working with Envirotex Light Pour On High Gloss Epoxy. It comes with this almost booklet of instructions. This is like 2 pages. 2 pages of instructions in English. The part that we are most interested in is this part on measuring and the double mixing. But that's lengthy, so if you just look at the directions on the back of the package, it tells you that you are mixing part A and part E. If you look at the directions on the back of the package, it tells you that you are mixing equal amounts of side A and B, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. You are going to mix the first, I had it on the other one, you're going to mix for 2 full minutes. You are supposed to pour it into another container and then mix for another 2 minutes, which gives you 4 minutes. I do not do the double mixing. I simply don't do it anymore. I did when I first started. So we're just going to pour this in the measuring cup, mix for 4 minutes, and take it from there. So we need 30 milliliters of the Part B, 30 milliliters of the Part B hardener, .30 milliliters of the Part A resin, and we have a 4-minute mixing time. Okay, so we have mixed our clear resin. We need to divide this now into 4 cups. And so I'm not measuring this, I'm really just eyeballing it. Pouring some in here, pouring some in here, pouring some in here, pouring the rest in here, and this needs some more. So the first cup and the second cup have too much. And they all look roughly the same, and again we're simply coloring the rim anyway. So alright, so let's add some color to these cups. So let's start with our copper. Let's start with our super copper. Our super copper. I'm just going to add a dash, because this is only 10 milliliters of resin, so you don't need a whole lot of mica powder here to get the effect that you're after. So just a dash. So that's our copper. And then let's do our silver lining. A little bit of that goes a long, long way. And then let's do our Saya bronze. Again, I've ordered about 4 or 5 colors from them, and they do not put a label on their containers. I guess that's how they sell it cheaper. And what you'll find with different brands of mica powder is that they mix differently. Some dissolve right away, others kind of float, and you have to work a little harder to get it to mix. It really just depends on the brand as to how it mixes. But this is a beautiful, that's a beautiful color. That's a beautiful rich color. I don't know if you can tell the difference in those two. And then our last one is going to be our Imperial Gold. And I didn't have it, this is the Eye Candy Imperial Gold. I didn't have it in my materials, but I am going to add a little bit of Araya Gold to this to give it a little bit of sparkle. Because this gold is pretty, but the Araya Gold has some sparkle to it. Let's add a little sparkle to that. Okay, so we have our colors mixed. And so all we're going to do now is pour the colors into each of our molds, into the rims of each of our molds. Let me be clear, into the rims of each of the molds. And got a piece of hair right there. Okay, so with our copper, actually that could almost be a little deeper. Let's make that just a tad deeper. And then whatever is left in this cup, okay, so yeah, let's darken this just a little bit. Okay, and we you're simply making a little spout right there and just pouring this into the rim. All right, so that's our copper. This is our bronze. It's hard to pour in front of me when I can't see inside the mold. Okay. And then our sterling lining. So I can see what I'm doing here. All right, and then our last one is our gold. All right, and so we are just going to leave these set here for about an hour or so, and then we'll come back in and we will pour the clear resin and add our hardware. So yeah, so that's that. That looks good. Where is my cover? Gentle people, I am back. Let's just take the cover off of this. And so again, all we did was pour our rim. Okay, so now what we're going to do is mix our 200 milliliters of clear resin. Pour that on here, add our little nails and whatnot, and be done. So, as always, my measuring cup is marked 100, 200. And so we need 100 milliliters of the Part B hardener. ,100 milliliters of the Part A resin. And we know we have a 4-minute mix. Okay, so now we're just going to pour some resin into each of these molds. And then this is kind of where the fun begins. Let's pop the air bubbles with the heat gun. Let's pour a little more in here to make sure the whole bottom is covered. And a little more in here. And there we go. Alright, so again, heat gun. Alright, so I bought those sets of, I bought all these new sets just to make these look a little, I don't want to say fancier, but not like just used stuff. Alright, so these are our gold. So we're going to just drop some of these in here. Don't need a whole bunch. This is symbolic. So don't get all twisted that, you know, I don't have a whole bunch in here. Again, these are symbolic. So they're the gold ones. These are the copper ones. The copper can go actually in, I really don't need to open these. The copper, although that's kind of a pretty color. You know what? What the heck? I bought them. Let's go ahead and use them. These are the zinc. These are zinc. And then I didn't buy silver because I have a bunch of these are bigger screws. Are they too tall to, I don't know if they're too tall or not. Let me see. Let me see if they are too tall. Oh, I think they might. I think they might make it. If not, we're just going to have to sand them down. And then I did have these old white brads. So we'll add these in here. White doesn't show up as nicely as Look, you can tell they're old. Look, I'm putting dirt in here. Alright, and then I went into my toolbox to pull out some other junk. Some washers. Let's see. And I don't know if these are too tall or not. If they are, we just have to sand them. This is all the stuff. You get that you don't do anything with. What else did I pull out of here? Awesome. I don't know what these went to, but this is actually a set here. Empty this little bag. You can't even see those. What else do we have here? I got some lock washers. What I bought these for. I have 4 of these left, so we're going to put 4. Use all 4 of them. What else is in here? See what's in here. This is my container with all my screws that don't go to anything. Well, actually, that's probably enough right there just like it is. I don't know that it needs more. Let's see, do I have any yellow washers anywhere? Let me go see if I can find some yellow washers. Not washers, what are those? Anchors. Okay, I don't have any yellow anchors, but I think this is enough. I think this is I don't know that we need more than what we have here. I'm gonna drop one there. Yeah, I mean, you get the gist of it. I don't think this actually has to be full. Because these are just beverage coasters. You're going to put a glass on top of them anyway. I have to sand these. Let me move these this way to the outer edges. It'll be easier to sand them if they are too tall. Maybe wanted an orange washer to go. Oh, because I couldn't find yellow, I took that orange. Alright, so our hardware. Okay guys, so we have put our junk in there. So now we just need to fill our molds. Now that anchor right there moved. It's funny, I almost can't see what I'm doing. This is so clear. This is so crystal clear. And look at those anchors floating away. I believe I'm at the round, yep. That's the end. Okay, so I'm just going to move a few of these around. You know, when I poured the additional resin in, everything started moving. So let's just get these off these edges. Alright, so all we need to do is heat gun to get rid of the air bubbles and then cover this and let these cure. Did anything move again? Going to have to come back in here and make sure these anchors stay. They started floating. And let's do heat gun one last time. And these need to be covered. Right. All right, gentle people, let's get the cover off of this. And let's see, those look nice. Those are pretty. Let me see how high we are. Okay, so this washer is sticking up. That one's a little high. That one's a little high. All right, well, let's get these unmolded and see what we're working with here. These molds create such strong suction. Ah, that's pretty. Isn't that beautiful? And see how nice the coloring, the rim gives it a nice frame. I like that. And actually, you know, with the rubber bumps on it, I may not even have to sand that. The bumps might lift it up enough. Okay, this is the bronze. What is this? This is the bronze. Ah, yeah. Got a couple of little air bubbles, but otherwise that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Let's do our gold one. And then I put these white anchors in here. I'm not sure if you'll even be able to notice those. Let's see. Said the blind man. All right, that's the back side. Oh yeah, that's the front side. Nice. And then our last one. Oh, I'm so pleased. I am so pleased, and I'm glad I put that frame, that color around the rim. Gives it a nice frame. I like that. So that's the back of that one. Yeah, I think once I put the rubber bumps on, the bumps might be high enough that that doesn't even matter. But yeah, what do you think? I like. So now we just need to sand sand these edges and then add our rubber bumps. Well, sand, varnish, and then add our rubber bumps. But I like. It is always great when something you have in mind works out the way you envisioned it. Yeah, I like those. I like those. All right, Dremel, where are you? And I didn't say it, but what you could see me doing, again, a couple of the anchors were a little higher than the bottom of the coaster, and then on this one, a couple of the nails were a little higher. So when you put the rubber bumps on, that's going to raise this off the flat surface, but just to make sure that they are level, that's what I was doing with these, just sanding those down. Yeah, just sanding those down so that you know what you're looking at. So like on this one, let me see. That red anchor is sticking up. There you go. That red anchor is above the edge of the coaster. So I'm just sanding that down as I go around the edges. Dust off of these. These look just like glass. Those are beautiful. I mean, talk about looking like glass. When I sanded that, I went a little too far. Did I do it on that one? No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Our Deco Art Gloss Varnish. And again, on light colors, you don't notice the sanding so much. The edges sanded, and these are all clear. These are all clear, but we are going to varnish the, ooh, this is stuck on something. And again, I don't need enough varnish to put in a cup. I'm just putting it on the tip of my brush here and just going right around that edge. This is a perfect example of when using cork on the back of the coasters doesn't work. It would be totally impractical, and we can go ahead and put our little clear rubber bumps on here. And there. Okay, let me turn the camera off while I think. These are beautiful. These are absolutely beautiful. However, I do not like, as I'm looking at this, that I can see this matte through here. I like that they are clear. Clear is what I wanted, but I can see through. I can see through. I love the clear, but now it's bothering me. I almost don't like that I can actually see through this. Let me think about what I wanted. I don't like, okay, let me say it again. I love that these are clear. They look like glass. They look like these pieces have been framed, have been put behind glass and framed. However, when you lay the coaster down, whatever is underneath it, you can see. And I don't like that. That's not what I expected. So I'm going to turn the camera off while I think about what I'm going to do. I do not like... These are gorgeous, but that when you see through whatever is on the table, if you have a plaid tablecloth, a checkered tablecloth, a navy blue tablecloth, a yellow tablecloth, whatever is underneath, you're going to see. So now I kind of don't like that this is clear, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so here what? I turned the camera back on. Again, I stopped at the point of putting the rubber bumps on when I decided I didn't like that if you have something on the table and you lay your coaster on it, you can see whatever is underneath, and that totally takes away from the beauty of these coasters. So what I have in my mind to do now is to paint, well, I don't know if you call it painting, color the backs of the coasters with resin that matches the rim. So I have mixed some Imperial Gold, and I have mixed a little bit of Oriya Gold in this little, I don't know what you call these little thingies here. And so I'm pouring this on here. I did it in just the Oriya, but I could still see through. And so I don't want to see through, but I don't want it opaque either, if that makes any sense. So I am just taking some gold resin and just going across the back of this. And again, that at least, I don't want it opaque. Don't want it see-through either. So if I do it like that, just painting some color. So again, the goal is not to have it be completely opaque, but just to not have you be able to quite see through there. I don't like that. And so I mixed the Oriya Gold, and when I held it, and when I held it up to look at it, it was still too transparent, so I went back and added some more of the Imperial Gold. Okay, so we have gold on that one. Let's wipe this little bowl out here. And let's pour some more resin in here. I mixed 20 milliliters of resin, by the way. And so now I'm going to mix some silver ash, sorry about that, sterling lining. I'm going to mix some sterling lining in this. The idea of a perfectly clear coaster is a nice idea, but again, when you put that coaster on top of something like that, that's ugly. That's just, let me move this over since this one's done. That right there, that's beautiful like it is. When you set it on that and you can see through it, that's ugly. Alright, let's do the gray one. So again, I mixed 20 milliliters of resin. And that's to go on the backs of these. Is that clean? And then I am just, let me move this up so you all can really see what I'm doing. Okay, and so I am just, oh, that's very silvery. That's more silvery than I wanted, but that's okay. What we want to do is stop you from being able to completely see through. So I thought about spray painting the back, and then said I don't have spray paint in these colors. And then I thought about putting acrylic paint on the back. And then just decided that might take away from the beauty of the coaster. And I don't know, I haven't tried the silver yet. I did the gold, like I said, the Oriya Gold was too light. So then I went back and added some more Imperial Gold. Okay, so that's the silver. And let's wipe out our cup. And we need our bronze. Okay, so we want to try and spread the bronze. And again, what we're doing now is preventing you from seeing through. We're putting a background color on here. And so if I were to do this again, I would actually pour this color. I wouldn't do it like this. Well, maybe I'd have to, since it's so little, such a little amount. And again, to get all of the resin out of this cup, I'm just heating it up. Okay. And then our last one is copper. So let's wipe this container out. Pour the end of our 20 milliliters in here. So basically roughing out 5 milliliters for each back. And of course this is the super copper. The adhesive on these rubber bumps are intended to be permanent, and I have to take these off in order to paint the back of this, and I will reuse them. I'll affix them with some crazy glue. And let's get some where's my nail polish remover? I'm putting nail polish remover on here to get rid of the adhesive from the, what do you call those things, from the rubber bumps. "3M makes exceptional quality products, and I tell you, when they say it is self-adhesive and it sticks, trust that it sticks. It sticks and it. Alright, so let's add some rust, some super copper to this. And again, this is about 5 milliliters because I did 20 milliliters. So if I did 20 and I've got and I have 4 coasters, it's basically 5 milliliters per coaster. But I think this will look better. I don't like that you can, I like the see-through in theory. Like I said, I don't like the see-through in practice. Because again, if you've got this paper here and you take this coaster and set it there, you totally lose the beauty of the coaster because you can see everything through it. So we're going to change that. We're going to try and fix that. And we are going to do the back of this. That's actually quite light. Well, that's lighter than I want it. Let's see. Can I scrape it off and darken it? Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can scrape it off and make it a little darker. See, said the blind man. didn't necessarily want it opaque, but I also don't want you to be able to see what is, oh, that's a piece of, what is that? Okay, now let's try to cover the back of this. Okay, so I am going to hit all of these with the heat gun. All right, and then we're going to cover these, and we'll come back in a little bit, and then we'll put the rubber bumps on, because the edges have already been sanded, and varnish. Of course, that doesn't make a difference now that I've put the resin on here. All right, so yeah, we'll cover this, let this cure, and then we'll put the rubber bumps on, and then we will be finished. All right, it has been a few hours. That background resin that I put on these is cured, so let's take a look and see what we have. So again, my issue was that while I thought these were very pretty, they were attractive, I did not like that when I put these on something you could see through them. So I mixed some resin, colored it, and then just painted the backs of these. So let's see. That's the back. This is like a reveal, I guess. And if I turn this over, oh, that works. Oh, that works. That's actually quite nice. That's nice. Oh, and that the gold nails against that shimmery gold background, that's good. Oh, I'm glad I did that. The gold could have been a little bit darker. I see a couple of, like in the corner here, I see a couple of spaces where you can still see through, but again, when you lay that down, that works. All right, let's see what the gray looks like. Oh, that, ooh, this is the way I'm going to do this again. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot see through it, but now with the background color, it actually makes the screws and nails stand out more. That is gorgeous. All right, let's do another one. Our copper. Yeah. That's it. This is the way to do this. So we can pour it as a clear and then paint a background on it. I like that. I like that. And for the last, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now again, when you do this, I put nails and screws and washers and anchors in here to represent someone who is sort of a DIYer, a Mr. Fix-It, a handyman type, you know, the dad that does that. But you can embellish anything in here. If they do fishing, you can probably put some fishing lures in here. If they are a golfer, I was thinking of like those golf tees that the golfers use, you could put in here. You can add anything. This I'm pleased. I am so glad I went back and painted the backs of these. Oh, that's it. Oh, this is it. So now we can put our rubber bumps on. And again, 3M rubber bumps. They are clear, which means nothing now because, I mean, you wouldn't be able to see them anyway. But let's get our rubber bumps on. And again, when we put these on, we are not putting them on right at the edge. We are putting them on about 1/4 of an inch inside the edge, and that's so, I'll show you. That's so when you go to stack them, the rubber bumps won't be in the way. Let's do this like this. So now when I put this on top of this, it fits quite nicely. That is gorgeous. So we're doing rubber bumps, and then we are finished. Painting the backs of these was a wonderful solution. It took me a minute. Like I said, I thought about spray painting the back, but didn't have spray paints in these colors, and I didn't want to put black on here. Then I thought about using acrylic paint, and I just thought the finish would be kind of tacky looking. Alright, so rubber bumps on all of these, and again, let me show you once the bumps are on. That's what I'm talking about.